Welcome to Micro Strategies to Fetch More Clients Animal Therapist Edition. I'm Elizabeth Hack and I'm bringing you strategies each and every week so that they're like bite-sized strategies that you can take action on right now or within the next 7 days, and it's going to make a difference to you and your business. And if you stack each strategy on top of each one another, it's going to really make a multifaceted impact to your local community and accelerate your expertise in your local area and become the go-to expert. Now, all of these strategies come from my Amazon best-selling book, Fetch More Clients. And if you want to make the most of it, then put them all together. And the book can help you as well. Today's micro strategy is all about local radio. How to become your town's expert on canine rehab using your local radio station. As you can tell from the photos. Well, first of all, I used this strategy when I used to move and live out of a suitcase every 6 weeks, running 6-week marketing campaigns for independent gyms all around Australia, New Zealand, England, and Scotland. So I reached out and was on many local radio stations. It did really help when I was in Australia. Having the English accent on an Australian local radio station, I definitely became like a little local celeb. Now, unless you are an Australian hearing it, actually, it doesn't matter. Wherever you are, your accent's perfect. And what we want to know is your value that you can bring to your community. And we're going to use local radio as a strategy. But I tell you my past history about these local radios because just having someone go, hang on, I've heard your voice before. Oh my God, you're the girl from the radio. And that happened every single 6 weeks. And I know from doing that experience, and I know from having been a local radio presenter myself, the local presenters are dying for you to reach out to them because they've got to fill time, they've got to fill air. And not everyone can just use their son's cute noises when they were cute. Now he actually talks and yells and he's very noisy. And that's another reason why I stopped because he loved the microphone too much. Hopefully he'll become a speaker, presenter and radio person himself as he grows up. But why does local radio work? Right. So it's the trusted source in your local area. So the radio station I was part of, Overton Radio, it literally only launched 2 years ago. It is making huge waves. But these micro stations are popping up everywhere now. And if you're not aware of your local one, if you do a little search, I'm sure there is one within a 5 to 10 mile radius of your place of work. Why we want your radio station to be within 5 to 10 miles is because I've proven over my decade of doing these studies with independent business owners that if you're providing a physical service, either you're willing and able to travel 5 to 10 miles, and if you're traveling further, then maybe you should tweak. Anyway, it's a whole different strategy. But if you've got a physical centre, I've done the mapping, and you can either believe me or go and do the work yourself and go, oh yeah, she was right. And if you track all of where your clients come from, it's within a 5 to 10 mile radius. So that's why we're going to focus on the 5 to 10 mile radius, and having a local radio station that's in that area is perfect for you. The people that are listening to this radio station are listening while they're walking their dog, while they're cooking dinner. They pop it on in the background because they want to know the local news, and it's oftentimes quite funny and it's upbeat and it's a little bit different than the national radios. And I've already mentioned it. The people that are presenting, they would love to have someone to interview or to have someone to talk about or have a success story to share because it fills time. They've got to come up with ideas constantly. I did it every weekend. And pretty much, unless ask the question, but to come on and do an interview with a radio host, they're not going to charge you. It's free publicity for you, and it's another way to be front of mind for the people that you want to see in your animal therapist clinic. Throughout this presentation, I'm going to tell you the why, the how, the what, and then the what next. How are you going to pitch yourself? So, first of all, we're going to find the right person. In Overton Radio, you can literally speak directly to the hosts. All the hosts had their own email address or do have their own email address, and you could just speak to them directly and go, hey, Elle, can I jump on your show? And I'll be like, yes, absolutely, I'd love that. But depending on how they're set up, you might want to find the producer, the manager, or whoever looks after the community reporting, depending on their sizings. Then you're going to send a short and friendly email. Don't worry, I'm going to give you an example of the email. All of these micro strategies, I just want to give it all to you, give you all the value. So screen grab it, whatever you need to make it happen, and then press send. And then what you're going to do is follow up 5 to 7 days later. These presenters, producers, if it is a micro station, they're usually doing it voluntarily, which means they've got children, business, other things that they've got happening at the same time. So sending up a follow-up isn't rude. It's just giving them a nudge that, you're still like waiting to hear back. Plus, top tip here is reach out to them the way that they reach out to their listeners. So if you've sent an email, then there's no harm in commenting on their Facebook page and be like, hey, just popped you an email about this amazing story I've sent you. So yeah, connect with them. They're really friendly people. If they're on radio, they've got friendly demeanors. They want to talk to you. Here's your example. I've even got a subject header on here for you. Local animal therapist with helpful tips for pet owners. Hey, Ryan, I'm Bob, a local dog hydrotherapist based in Essex. I'd love to share some helpful tips with your listeners around knowing whether your dog is in pain or not. I've worked with hundreds of dogs and pet owners in our area. Don't lie, by the way. If you haven't worked with hundreds, then put your real number. Or hydrotherapists across the years have worked with hundreds of dogs in this area. Always, always, always be authentic and real about where you are at in your business. Please don't ever just copy exactly what I've wrote because you think it sounds good. Be real, be honest. There's the word. I've worked with many dogs and pet owners in our area, and I know how tricky it can be when animals are in pain or owners don't know what support is available, which is a huge thing for animal physios. I know that this is a big challenge for the industry. If people's dog is in pain, they go straight to the vet. And unless the vet is already bought into animal therapy, they might not suggest to come to you. So actually, this is another great way to lift up and raise the bar for our industry as a whole. Would you be open to a quick chat to see if this would be a good fit for your show? Warm wishes or best regards. However, I like here to serve you. That's my thing. That's just something I say. I've been saying it for years. Oh, someone sent me a beautiful email the other day and it was with a warm woof or something. Oh, now I'm not going to get it right. Haley, if you are listening to this live at any stage across any of the platforms, please write what your beautiful email signed off with. It was like something about a woof as well, and it was gorgeous. It was a gorgeous email, and then it was signed off beautifully. And if you want some ideas on what you should talk about, okay, this is cool, Elle. Okay, I get it. I should get on radio, but what should I talk about? As an animal therapist, you are highly qualified to talk about many, many things. But here are the top 4 subjects that my animal therapists have found that have got them into radio and got them some awareness. So, is your dog limping or just stiff? Here's how to tell. Arthritis it's just a big stress for the owners as well. So actually, if these are from a radio host's viewpoint, they're like, great topic. People are going to want to dial in and listen to that because I know either my dog is like that or I know 10 other people who worry about their dog. And you see the dog physically limping down the street, don't you, in your local town? So as a radio host, you're like, yeah, absolutely, that's the topic I want. How to keep your dog active and safe, this. So think about the seasons. Right now, as I'm recording it, it's May and it's been unprecedentedly hot in the UK. So we want to be talking about the importance of not walking them while the concrete is hot, making sure they have lots of water, how to cool them down. There's actually been a new release in the first aid world about how we should cool dogs down that are overheating with cool water immersion now. I'm sure you're up to date with this as well, and the general public are not. So reach out to them, get in a conversation, and share the education that could genuinely save a dog's life as well. 3, what to do if your dog hates the vet, the groomer, the car. I mean, obviously, send them to a groomer they like. No, not always. Backtrack. This is a great topic because sometimes the dogs pretend or feel like they don't like their groomer, and then when they're there, they're absolutely fine. So they kind of play up for their parents. And this would be something you could talk about as a therapist. I mean, you might see it in your own clinic. You might see the dog like not wanting to come through the door, but then they relax and get into their like massage or work that you're doing with them. And top tips to help the owners if they don't like these things. 3 things most dog owners don't realise about recovering after injury. This is a really nice one because it really highlights your expertise as a therapist. And what might seem quite logical for you, because you've studied it, because you're passionate about it, might not be logical for the general population. So, yeah, test them out. Let me know how you get on. I love local radio. If I could still present without my son getting upset with me every time I'm on the microphone, I absolutely still would. And we're all absolute animal lovers down at Overton Radio. I was actually asked to judge a dog show for them only a couple of weeks ago, and of course I shared that across socials. I tagged them and thanked them, which is part of my next steps protocol. Once you're on, you've done the recording. Yes, you might hate your sound of your own voice, whatever, we all do. Ask for the recording or link. Share this on your social media. Share it on your emails to, hopefully you're reaching out to your people regularly. Pop it on your website so that more people have got an opportunity to listen to you. Google have done a study that it takes 7 hours of people listening to you to actually start to trust you. They listen for 7 hours, they want to see you show up across 4 different platforms, and they might need to connect with you maybe, I think it's 5 times before they become a client. So this is another touch point. So get it across as many platforms as you can, because you're talking with passion about what it is you do. Like, you don't need to be weird about it. It's awesome. Get yourself out there. Tag the station and thank them publicly, because a lot of people follow their local radio station. So when you tag them, they'll get notified, and then again, they see your name, your business name pop up on Facebook. Mention it to your clients. Did you hear me on Overton Radio? Did you hear me on Berkshire Live? So again, it just proves that you're the expert in what you're doing. And I'm sure that you've given really valuable, important tips as well. So, we're just serving and looking after animals at this point. We just love it. And then rinse and repeat every single week. These presenters have to come up with ideas and topics to talk about in their shows. If you reach out to them again in 6 weeks, they are not going to be upset with you. They're going to be like, with a whole different topic. Amazing. What happens? You become the go-to reach out from them to talk about these subjects. Share the word, raise your profile. Let's look after the dogs within our local vicinity. Hope you take action on these micro strategies. Please let me know if you do and your results, or share a link and let us know when we can listen to your interview live. It would be an absolute pleasure. I'm Elizabeth Hack, and all of these strategies I'm giving you have been plucked out of my book, Fetch More Clients. And if you want to find out how you can put these strategies together as part of a 6-week campaign to really help you fetch more clients in your business, then I'm more than happy to send you a free copy. Scan the link, fill in your details. I will physically send you a copy myself. They're here, they're stored under here. I only have about 6, but don't worry, I will order more for you. And I will personally get that through the door with you with a note. So when you pop your order in, let me know what it is you do so that I can best support you on your journey. And any other questions or anything like that, please do feel free to either comment below or reach out directly to me and the team on info@caninecarehub.com. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your Monday, and wish me luck for Sunday at the Animal Star Awards. If you're going to be there, make sure you come up and say hi, please. It'll be so lovely to see you, connect with you, and to hear your success stories.